With the added bonus of Valentine's Day, the first official holiday after the new year has come to an end. But Jamaica Magazine continues with you through the Lenten season. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Coming up in the show, the ceremonial opening of Parliament marking the new 2018-2019 legislative year. Also, the government making strides with technology. Stay with us for this and so much more.
Don't make diseases spread. Wash your hands with soap and water instead. Wash them regular or use a hand sanitizer. Make sure the germs them dead. Touching your eyes or your mouth or your nose. Wash your hands before you do things like those. After you use the bathroom before preparing food, come on, wash your hand them clean.
Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Thursday, February 15. The Andrew Holness administration is adamant that while it continues wealth creation activities, crime fighting will be the major area of focus in the 2018-2019 legislative year, which begins on April 1. This message was delivered by Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, who outlined government's policy agenda in the 2018-2019 throne speech. He said the administration will be providing additional resources and support to the anti-crime fight.
Organized crime and the resulting violence and homicide it produces is the biggest threat to citizens' security and continues to stymie the growth and prosperity of our country. Jamaicans are saying enough is enough.
In support of this, 10 critical pieces of legislation will take priority this year. Of note are the Police Service Act, which will introduce stronger systems of administration, management and internal discipline for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and a constitutional amendment to facilitate the merger of the Police Services Commission and the Police Civilian Oversight Authority. Legislation will also be pushed to crack down on the illicit manufacturing of and trafficking in firearms, allow for the taking of fingerprints from objects left in public spaces, and provide greater protection of witnesses. The Parole, Proceeds of Crime, Corrections and Immigration Restriction Commonwealth Citizens Acts will also be amended and modernized, while the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act will be reviewed. In delivering the throne speech, the Governor General also indicated that the justice system will be given special attention this legislative year.
The administration's program will contribute to the achievement of a modernized justice system that Jamaicans deserve, starting with reducing the backlog of indictments and summary matters in the parish courts, improving the delivery of the justice services in 8 additional parishes through justice centers by 2019, and establishing the single anti-corruption agency.
In related news, Cabinet is assuring judges and citizens that it respects and reaffirms the separation of powers and independence of the judiciary in strengthening the rule of law. The statement is in response to a declaration issued by a group of judges who convened a summit of the judicial arm of government on Monday, February 12. Members of the judiciary have voiced objection at the appointment of an acting Chief Justice, which they argue could have negative implications for judicial independence. But in its response, the Office of the Prime Minister said it was never intended to have the recommended person act indefinitely, nor was there any intention on the part of the executive to supervise or direct the judicial branch. The statement goes further to say that the Prime Minister will recommend the appointment of the Chief Justice at an appropriate time and in short order. And while acknowledging the need for greater investment in the justice system, the executive is also asserting that judicial efficiency and accountability are likewise critical to the rule of law. Parliament has extended the zones of special operations in Mount Salem, St. James and Denham Town, Kingston by another 60 days. The resolutions were moved by Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Tuesday, and the extension took effect on February 14 for Denham Town and takes effect on February 28 for Mount Salem. This is the third extension for the Mount Salem zone and the second for Denham Town. Mr. Holness says the additional time is necessary to allow for the intensified delivery of social services and infrastructure investment, which have already commenced.
These efforts have already begun to yield important results and have largely been supported by the community.
The Prime Minister also informed Parliament that there has been no reports of murder or gang-related serious crimes in either of the two communities since the implementation of the ZOSOs.
Likewise, Mr. Speaker, there has been no report of abuse by any state actor. Moving forward, the security forces are expected to maintain an effective presence to facilitate the social intervention work within these communities.
The National Housing Trust will be starting construction on 6,369 homes in the 2018-2019 fiscal year. This too was revealed in the Governor General's throne speech this morning. Sir Patrick said the NHT was also planning to complete and deliver another 4,734 housing units, which are already in development.
Through greater access to funding and the creation of more housing solutions to the market, the National Housing Trust will continue to make home ownership a reality for more Jamaicans in 2018-2019.
The Governor General also announced the creation of more than 8,000 new housing loans for the fiscal year. And the NHT will implement a framework for partnership with employers in targeted industries for the provision of housing and unique mortgages to their employees. Other measures include a review of the housing development process and related policies to shorten the development cycle, and providing incentives for developers to participate in the low-income housing market. And finally, a contract has been signed to build 24 studio units and 4 two-bedroom units at a cost of $72.1 million in Denham Town, one of the oldest residential areas in West Kingston. The National Housing Trust is financing this project, while the Jamaica Social Investment Fund will deal with on-site and off-site infrastructural works. The work represents an initiative of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
This government has placed great importance on the provision of affordable housing. It is a commitment of the Prime Minister and the entire Cabinet colleague. Thus, for the low-income workers as well as young working professionals, it was well known that we have already indicated that Housing Trust was not providing any solution for nearly 60% of their contributors. We want to reverse that and turn it upside down.
The housing solutions will be constructed on Metcalfe Street and Wellington Street, and the work will be carried out by SM Quality Construction Company.
The inclusion of these housing stocks will go a far way, first of all, to lift the standard of the area, to improve the quality of life, and to extend a new lease on life to persons who want affordable housing in the area but finds it difficult in getting affordable housing solutions.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
Traditions span several categories: personal and familial, community-based, and there are those on the larger scale. Some need no explanation. Here's something that does: the ceremonial opening of Parliament.
Every year, the members of both houses of Parliament, MPs and senators, come together in this chamber. They sit jointly in a ceremony that marks the beginning of a new parliamentary year. The highlight of this critical event is the Governor General's throne speech. This is among several spectacular activities that are all part of the grandeur that is the ceremonial opening of Parliament. With its seed firmly grounded in the United Kingdom, new growth sprouted here in Jamaica, allowing us to harvest the traditions of the British parliamentary system. The roots were anchored in 1962 when Princess Margaret delivered the throne speech to a newly independent Jamaica, and since then, the traditions of the ceremonial opening of Parliament have mushroomed into an annual event. The Jamaica Defence Force, the JDF, plays a vital role. It furnishes the Guard of Honor, which consists of over 100 military personnel.
The Guard of Honor is formed to receive His Excellency to come to Parliament to give the throne speech.
Smartly clad in their scarlet tunics, the military ceremonial dress, the Guards of Honor are placed in a specific formation.
So when you look on the parade, what you'll find is the right off with the Guard Commander stand to the front. Then in the center, you'll have the color party. Then to the left, you have the left off with the subaltern to the guard.
The color party includes the color ensigns and the escorts.
These are two officers who will be honored to carry the colors of the unit.
The color ensigns salute the Governor General with what appears to be flags, but in fact they are called colors. The color that resembles the Jamaican flag is known as the Queen's color, symbolizing the monarch as Jamaica's head of state. The other color represents the regiment or unit of the JDF that forms the Guard of Honor. In this case, since the regimental color is maroon, it symbolizes that the 2nd Battalion Jamaica Regiment comprises the Guard of Honor.
The streetliners march into position first, then the Guard of Honor march into position. Then we await the arrivals.
The Commissioner of Police usually arrives first and awaits the wife of the Governor General. His arrival is followed by that of the Chief of Defense Staff.
He will come and go onto the saluting dais, and he will receive a sword salute, in which he glances over and have a quick look at his troops to ensure everything is intact and everything is okay to receive His Excellency. Then he'll go and await the arrival of His Excellency.
When the wife of His Excellency arrives, she's escorted in chamber. Then the main event. He walks onto the red carpet.
Well, the red carpet, traditionally, from way, way back, is the form of showing people courtesy if they are VIPs.
Steps on to the saluting dais so that he can be seen by all, and later
he will receive a royal salute.
Royal salute!
Although the flag code for the national flag says that it must never touch the ground, the Queen's colour, which is in many respects in the design format of the national flag, does properly touch the ground as a sort of, if you like, supreme compliment to the head of state, or in this case, the standing representative of the head of state.
In essence, the colours touching the ground is not a form of disrespect. It's the highest compliment being paid to the Governor General. He then proceeds to inspect the guard, and after the 2nd royal salute, His Excellency is escorted into the chamber. A flourish of trumpets signals his arrival in Gordon House.
That is something that can be used to herald somebody important entering a room or a building.
In addition to the usual pomp and pageantry, the ceremonial opening of Parliament brings together members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, the judiciary, high-ranking officials, and members of the public. Members of Parliament aligned to the People's National Party enter Parliament by walking from the southern end of Duke Street, while those aligned to the Jamaica Labour Party walk from the northern end.
It started, as far as I recall, with the JLP walking down Duke Street, because they used to assemble in the BIT headquarters a little further up the road. So the PNP, whether they'd been walking from somewhere before or just came in individually, I honestly don't recall. So they said, well, we'll have to come from the opposite direction. So they go up and the JLP come down.
All then gather together inside Gordon House to listen to the throne speech being presented by His Excellency the Governor General.
I'm pleased to present to you the throne speech.
It is the speech on behalf of the government, saying what its parliamentary policies and its intentions, executive intentions, are for the coming parliamentary term.
The conclusion of the throne speech marks the end of the ceremonial opening of Parliament.
It makes more fun, and people can be more interested in their parliament if there's a little ceremony at the beginning. You get hundreds of people, coming to watch the event because they enjoy it. They enjoy seeing the guard, and they enjoy seeing the mounted troop the horsemen coming down the road and the important people and the Governor General in his lounge suit, business suit with all his orders and decorations, and other people all dressed up wearing decorations where applicable and so on.
So now that you understand the intricacies surrounding the ceremonial opening of Parliament, no doubt you will have a greater appreciation for the event and the many splendid traditions.
So, dear man, the Strata thing you're telling me about, who manage all of that?
The Strata is managed by an executive committee elected at an annual general meeting. They ensure that the property is insured, keep accounting records, prepare the budget for the year, and submit annual returns to the commission.
Annual returns?
Yes, ma'am. Annual returns are audited financial statements or a copy of the accounts prepared in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles for the financial year, and must be filed within 120 days after the end of the financial year.
For more information on Strata Living, contact the Commission of Strata Corporations.
It's all around us. It influences how we work, learn, live, play, and plan for the future. GIS is the short form of Geographic Information System. It's a computer-based system built to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and display all kinds of spatial or geographical data.
In geography class in high school, persons were taught that in geography, we're able to locate where features are using coordinates. That's the basis of GIS. Knowing where these features are on the Earth's surface and being able to represent that within a computer-based environment where that is seen visually.
So it's a support tool that we use to provide additional extension to any business process.
And with this GIS technology, the government has been mapping Jamaica's course on the Information Highway. Leading that charge is the Land Information Council of Jamaica, LICJ, a mandate held since 1992.
Jamaica is considered the leading country within the English-speaking Caribbean with regards to GIS. We're able to provide direction, policy development.
In addition to coordinating the implementation of a national land information policy strategy, the LICJ has also been instrumental in developing a national GIS network. And with the foundation set, the Council is now focused on establishing and implementing a National Spatial Data Infrastructure, NSDI. Through that infrastructure, government will be able to capture, manage, maintain, integrate, discover, and distribute spatial data at all levels of society. The LICJ's mandate is executed through its secretariat, the National Spatial Data Management Division, NSDMD.
We provide a lot of technical support to all of these various government agencies that actively use GIS to carry out their mandate. We train these persons. Apart from that, we facilitate conducting GIS needs assessments.
Government is currently the largest user of geospatial and related technologies, and that usage runs throughout government. It's seen in the water sector, transport, disaster management, environment management, national security, education, health, and agriculture. But no other area has seen the proliferation of GIS technology than that of land use and development. At the Urban Development Corporation, GIS is used to streamline operations in various departments, including estate management, business development, architecture, and corporate security.
We are on the road now to our 50th anniversary, and we see GIS as being that enabling tool to provide UDC now with not just the way to make better decisions in development, but also improving UDC's image as a modern entity.
The same is true for the National Land Agency's land titling, land valuation, surveys and mapping, and estate management divisions.
a lot of the business processes that exist within the different divisions have GIS tied into it. So for example, there is no way that somebody can, at present, acquire a new certificate of title without some work happening on the GIS end.
The National Works Agency also uses GIS in project planning, land acquisition, and location analysis.
Everything that we do has a spatial component to it, and it's hard to deny that GIS is going to play a role in all of that.
Cost savings, greater efficiency, faster decision making, improved communication and better record keeping are all derived from the use of GIS. And the private sector also has been getting in on the technology. Increasing GIS nationwide is also a focus for the LICJ and the NSDMD. To facilitate this, the government has signed an enterprise license agreement with the Environmental Research Institute. That agreement has been a game changer.
It has allowed us to be more efficient, in terms of accessing the data and using it to provide more information and to engage also with the public as well.
What it does is open up a whole new world. So there are almost no limits to what we can do with GIS and improving the way we handle our spatial data as a government.
Public awareness has also been heightened with the GIS Day during Geography Awareness in November. That observation has been staged annually since 2003. In 2017, with the LICJ celebrating 25 years groundbreaking work, there will be a two-day GIS user conference in October. The conference will focus on national security for sustainable development under the theme Geospatial Technologies, Mapping Our Way to Secure Communities. As we strive to learn more about each other and the world around us, there is no doubt that GIS is the most practical and beneficial tool in this process. As Jack Dangamond, co-founder of the Environmental Systems Research Institute, said, GIS is waking up the world to the power of geography, the science of integration, and has the framework for creating a better future. We invite you to learn more about the GIS User Conference by visiting the webpage at gisuserconferenceja.com.
Want to know the law pertaining to renting a house? What about the procedure if you're arrested? Or what is defined as corruption? Then click on the Ministry of Justice website. It has information on every law passed in Jamaica. The House of Parliament portal also has the more recent year's pieces of legislation. The sites are easy to search and the files are downloadable. Make access to justice your business. Know your rights.
A main aim of the government of Jamaica's vision is to ensure that Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora have easy access to information. The gov.jm online portal is the entry point.
Searching online is what most of us do every day. Information is the world's new currency, and the provision of quality information is what is setting businesses, governments, and even countries apart. And when we search, we're looking for information that is accurate, easy to understand, and relevant. And we expect to get there in 3 clicks. The Jamaican public sector is delivering numerous services every day to clients locally and abroad. Clients who cannot afford to waste neither time nor money searching through hard-to-find information. Introducing gov.jm, the gateway that will become the single online space for accessing information on government services in a way that is simple and seamless. Through the Public Sector Transformation and Modernization Program, PSTM, gov.jm is placing the needs of our clients at the center. By placing vast government information in one place, we are making it easier, faster, and simpler for our clients and potential clients to get the information they need, when they need it, and how they need it. For the potential investor or visitor to Jamaica, the ability to find information easily can make the difference between a decision to invest in Jamaica or somewhere else. To start, We found those everyday services in highest demand, the ones Jamaicans locally and in the diaspora frequently need. We took the services non-residents and investors frequently need, and we've started by creating a gateway to those services online. Gov.jm will allow those seeking to do business with government to find what they need faster. Whether you want to know how to apply for a passport, pay taxes online, register a business, or find out your health benefits under the Health Fund program. Information is grouped so that the user knows where to go right away, whether he's a resident, non-resident, or an investor. And this is the kind of information, the kind of service that will gain Jamaica international rankings for e-government. We're still at the early stages. The gateway currently now indexes some of the services available online and provides clear navigation to them. But gov.jm will never stop evolving. It is the customer feedback about information they need that will guide the evolution of gov.jm. Over time, we'll work to bring more and more services online and create a standard online schema for all government websites. Gov.jm, the new gateway to government information and services. The search is over.
The national ID will protect your identity. In these modern times, we all need protection from fraud and identity theft. We're moving Jamaica into the modern era, where your privacy is top priority. Your fingerprint and your picture will secure your ID. This is no different from when you apply for a visa or a passport. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com. NIDS is here for your protection.
Jamaica Magazine is back with you tomorrow. Same place, same time, same station. Also catch up with us on our YouTube channel and social media pages. Like, follow, subscribe, share, and keep the conversation going. Until then, from the entire JIS crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.